stand by. Goliath, this is Team Bravo. Request permission to engage enemy paratroopers and attempt to snatch a grid Papa Uniform 259er, 119er. Break. Enemy is unaware of our presence at this time. Over. Solid copy. Hitman 2-3, Echo.
All right, we're back here. What I want to talk about, what I want to talk to Tim about is, okay, we've talked about his career and his family. I want to talk about his parents, that part of the family, his parents, his grandparents, etc. Because I understand they had a very storied career with wrestling and boxing and carnival/circus. So tell me about it, Sergeant Major.
Well, it started out when my grandfather was 17. He left Michigan with his brother to become a lumberjack. And he worked his way across the northern part of the states in Canada, all the way to Seattle.
I wasn't pregnant. I had just had Jason.
And
2 months old when she died. I remember.
Eventually, as he's working his way back to the states, back to the Michigan, he got involved in wrestling.
So it started with being working with timber, and they went where the business was. So he was working his way around the states from Michigan west, and now he's coming back, and he started working.
I don't know exactly when he started becoming a wrestler, but at some point on his way back, he got involved in wrestling. And obviously, he was a lumberjack. He was very strong. Picked up big old timbers all the time.
Do you want to go?
This is the early stage of WWE.
No.
This is it. We're pretty just working. It's not boring at all.
So they worked their way back, and he got interested in wrestling. He was a big, husky guy. So how'd that wrestling career go?
It went very well for him. He started out taking on all comers in a carnival, and the thing about taking on all comers is people will pay for a chance to wrestle him, and they get, if they lasted so long, they get a reward.
One round.
One round, yeah.
Okay. So they pay $1 to wrestle your grandfather, but if they won, they got $5 back.
About that, yeah.
And what was the record of your grandfather?
I do not know the record.
But he never lost.
Oh, he did lose at some point.
But he still made money out of $1 and not having to get $5 back.
The important part of this is my grandmother worked for the same carnival.
Okay, what'd she do?
And she rode horses. She did tricks on horses and stuff, jumped through hoops of fire, stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
And these are my grandparents I grew up with.
Wow.
How tall was your grandmother?
My grandmother was 4'11".
Who's doing this interview, me or you? Okay, fine. Okay, fine, Maria.
Her nickname was Tiny.
Oh.
Her real name was Henrietta. Her nickname was Tiny. Everybody called her Tiny.
Well, she had to fit through those hoops of fire on a horse, so you can't be real tall or you're going to get your face smacked with a burning rod. So your father, so your grandfather was a wrestler and a boxer. Your father was a boxer in the Navy, I believe.
He boxed amateur in the Navy, yeah. And he did just a few fights.
So did your grandfather or father ever go professional in either sport?
My grandfather fought 4 fights boxing professionally.
What weight class?
156.
Wow.
That was middleweight back then.
That's my weight. I'd have got my ass kicked.
And he was tall.
Taller,
Wow.
yeah.
Taller than 4'11".
He won all 4 of those boxing matches by knockout.
Jeez. So why'd he quit? He had a good record.
He was offered more money in wrestling. They offered him money to go back to wrestling.
Okay.
And he had a family. He had 9 kids now. I mean, he didn't have 9 kids yet, but eventually he had 9 kids, and they had to support his family.
I got you.
He had all kinds of jobs, construction jobs, wrestling, boxing.
So if he left boxing because he made more money wrestling.
Well, I don't know the specifics of the story, but obviously it was
a better
something
life.
to do to support his family.
Gotcha. It was a better life. You do what you need to do
Yeah.
in order to take care of the family.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I thought he was a
He started out lumberjack, yes. I told him that.
And then he started his way west,
Okay.
following the lumber.
Right.
And then as he was coming back to Michigan to come home is where he joined. Now, so where did your grandmother and grandfather meet?
In the carnival.
Gotcha. Really cool. Really cool. Am I boring you, Maria?
No.
Oh, okay.
My grandfather would sit in that chair and tell stories for days.
I thought it was this chair.
Oh, that's maybe the biggest one.
That's the big one. That's the
Okay.
big chair. That's
All right.
the little chair. And he would
This
The
is
little
very-
chair
he
was
would
my grandmother's.
spit tobacco
Oh.
in his spittoon. Oh.
Never missed, probably.
Oh, he did. There was
Once-
like walls with stuff. Yeah. Which I never met. I didn't get a chance to.
Wow.
He chewed Red Man most of his life.
That was one of my favorites. Oh man. So Maria, what about your father? Retired as a sergeant major.
Yes. Out of Fort Bragg.
Fort Bragg.
Sorry. Yes.
All right. Another storied career.
Yes.
Okay, a lot to be proud of.
And went to California.
California. Kakalaki,
Yep.
California.
Her dad was indoctrinated into the Ordnance Hall of Fame at Fort Lee.
Fort Lee,
Oh, that was his
We,
MOS.
we went there. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Got the plaque out in the man cave.
Well, that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. What a family. Holy crap. You guys are doing good. All right.
Trying.
All right. And I'm going to cut it off here because I want another beer.